I'm looking to go in and return some of the mass that I lost when I remeshed my bear. If you remember, I intentionally made the belly a little bit smaller so that I can start to create and sculpt and control that little armpit area. Without that huge belly, I can define a very strong leg sculpture and then move and inflate the belly to create that natural fold without it really messing up all of my leg and my arm stuff. As I go through this process though, my shoulders and my arms are just kind of getting in the way. I want to be able to go in and work in here, but the moment I orbit, poof, that arm kind of gets in the way and it completely stops my workflow. We have some choices that we can use to kind of interactively hide the polygons on my mesh. One's just called box hide. The other ones are face sets. Let's talk with box hide first because it's really easy to use. You'll find the box hide command way over here, and I apologize, it's this one right here in our interface. It's a little black cube with a dot behind, or a red dot behind it. And the box hide tool, as one might imagine, allows us to draw out a box, and then anything inside that box, as I mouse up, is going to be deleted. No, it's not actually deleting it, just fooled you. It's just hiding all of that information. We're interactively turning the visibility of those polygons off. And it's great because now I can go in and I can just really begin to turn all this off and find the angles that really work for me. And I do this all the time, especially if you go into kind of a side view. You can draw out a box, chop off all the feet, and now we can get a really good unoccluded view of the underside of my sculpture. Now, don't freak out. None of that information is gone. I just left-clicked in the background of my scene and all that information comes back. So I'm going to left-click, boop, and we unhide it. In addition, you can also go into the Sculpt menu and choose Show All at the top of the screen. So you're not deleting anything, just fooling you earlier, just interactively turning it off. Now, at times, we want to be able to very quickly turn on and off certain parts of our mesh without having to go in and use this box hide tool. If you look at it, it's just a box, right? It's kind of hard to control at times. So there's another system that's really neat. And it's a system that we're going to continue to grow in expertise as we go through the course, and it's called face sets. I want to set the foundation of face sets pretty early because I think it's really going to help your workflow. Not only does it allow us to save, if you will, the ability to hide and unhide certain parts of our mesh, but it's also going to help us establish some very important geometric structural details inside of our model. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, face sets are pretty neat. I think you're going to like it. We're going to go back into our toolbar, and the face set icon is right here. It's the green, yellow, and red circle with a paintbrush on it. And what this allows us to do, and I've made my brush pretty small here, okay? What this allows us to do is to interactively paint on our model. Now, don't worry, we're not actually adding any sort of texture or material onto the shape itself. This color here is defining an area of polygons. Think of it like a group. And we can control just the polygons that reside in that group. At the most simple level here, check it out. If I put my cursor inside of this face set and hit H, check it out. Ta-da! Did it in symmetry as well. Now we're just seeing the polygons inside that group. Alt-H will bring everything back. So this is saved inside of the model itself. It's always going to be there until we physically go in and remove it. And I'll show you how to remove it earlier, or a little bit later, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this circle, and I'm going to make a face set just for the mass itself, the central mass itself. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to start drawing, and what? Oh, it drew another one. Well, maybe if I put it here, oh, it drew a green one. So now I have a red, a blue, a green, a purple, another green, another yellow. They're all kind of random colors. How do I extend the red? I don't want all of the colors like this. I want to have just one color. I want one face set that I can continue to work with. Well, fear not. There are easy ways of modifying our face set system to get that result. I'm going to, just to kind of get us back to a good starting point, I'm going to do face set from visible from the face set pull down menu at the top of the screen. So basically what this is going to do is going to put all of the visible polygons inside of this object into one face set, which is in every sense kind of resetting the entire system. There we go. So everything is in one face set. Now let's start making a custom face set for just the for just the belly itself. Now the computer's going to go in and randomly assign a color value to this. Don't worry about the color. The color is not really an impact on what it's going to look like. It's just a utility to help us control and model just the polygons in this area. Now if you want to expand this face set to a bigger area inside the mesh, just hold down your control key and we can continue adding polygons inside of this face set, which is pretty cool. There we go. So you can make it pretty big and we're on our way. And one of the things I like about this is that it's doing it in symmetry, which is pretty neat. And if you want to subtract areas of your face set, again, we're going to hold down the control key, but this time we're going to start our stroke outside of the face set. Notice that my cursor is right here. And check it out. I can subtract areas of my face set. So if you accidentally mess up, it's no big deal. We can go in and we can customize it pretty quickly. Hold down control. I'm just going to kind of walk right up to that edge right there. And if you're a little off, it's not the end of the world. Because we can always go in, kind of brush it back a little bit and have fun. This is just some folks like to get really specific in here. And my brush is a little bit too big at the moment, but that's okay. I'm not going to get a tremendous amount of control over my model with the current brush size. Okay, just real quickly here, just add some more. Now what it's doing is it's taking the true geometric structure underneath our cursor here, so the polygons that were remeshed, and it's using that to determine the resolution of the face set itself. So it really is looking at geometry. There we go. Just real quickly, let's close it up, and voila, there's our face set. Now, and this is the cool thing, if I just want to work with that part of my model, okay, I'm going to add some more in here. If I just want to work with this part of my model, I put my cursor in that face set, hit the H key, and voila, now I'm working, which is that part of my model. And if I go into like quad draw, for example, or simple draw, excuse me, notice that I'm just influenced. I'm just going to work on the seam here. This is going to destroy my sculpture, but that's okay. As an illustration of what's going on. Now, Alt-H will bring everything back. Alt-H, ta-da, and you can see what it's done there. So we got to be careful around the boundaries, because you can see that it really has gone in, and it's kind of eliminated this from, or it really added a really harsh faceted edge. But it's a great way for us to go in and just kind of control, in a mask, if you will, that's been saved and preserved in the geometry. Now, the other thing that we need to be mindful of when it comes to working with face sets is the shift key, or the influence of the shift key in the system itself. And this is where face sets get really interesting. I'm going to turn on the visibility of my geometry here. And as one might imagine, it's just taking the underlying geometric structure and is assigning each one of those surfaces to a set itself. If we were to hold down the shift key, we're going to smooth out that face set. But watch what happens to the geometry. And this really starts to define the magic of face sets. So watch what happens. As I smooth, let me make my brush a little bit bigger. I'm going to hold down the shift key. Oop, I'm not in the face set mode. I'm in the sculpt draw tool. Many apologies. I'm going to go back into my face set tool. And now when I hold down shift, it smooths it out. But look what happens to the structure. It creates a pretty solid edge in there, which is exciting. And this is going to allow us to very quickly create some structure, some polygonal structure for like the loops of our eyes, for example, a structure for the mouth that will give us the polygons flowing in the right direction so that when we're sculpting, we're not fighting these jagged edges in the mesh itself. So these face sets go a long way in helping us define some structure, because now with this hard edge, basically, that's flowing in the direction of the face set, I could go in and let's do this. Let's go in and let's just run. Let's just run. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the pinch tool. Here it is. Now it's going to pinch and see how everything's being pulled to that edge. It's a great way for us to go in and here we go, and to define some planes. The geometry's not fighting me here. The face sets and that smoothed edge, yeah, there, now we can really see it. Now we can really see the impact of that face set having on the structure itself. Everything's being pulled to that area, and I'm getting the illusion of a wonderful little fold in there that all comes from the power of the face sets. Take some time, get comfortable working with these face sets. They're a fantastic addition to our modeling process, one that you're going to be seeing me use a lot going forward.